Friends, welcome back. It is time for the final act of Hoplomachus Victorum in BigDenoPlays Hoplomachus. We are on to Act 4. We are hopefully going to make it all the way through to the Vesuvian capital and face off against Tautai, the scion, which we have been working our way towards throughout the game. Here is Tautai. This will be our first scion battle, so I haven't fought a scion battle. He's got a whole pile of rules which we'll need to look at, so that's good. But we'll come back to that. So, if we just go and do a quick review of our situation, we can see there's lots of things happening. The first thing to observe is we are sitting down here in Pluto's refugees' house, and we are going to make our way over to the Vesuvian capital here, hopefully to victory. Victory! Now, I'm pretty sure we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 stops on our way until the final battle. So we'll be going through 1, 2, 3 regions, which will hopefully gain us some benefits from our ability, which we have, which is Explorer. We have 2 tactics that we've been saving for the final battle, Strength of Sinew and Prepared. And then we have currently got 9 units out of a maximum of 12. And yeah, that'll be good. So if we go back to here, everything's great. We've got 2 opportunities in hand at the moment. I don't think we're going to get either of them. One of them is called, in a single event, defeat at least 2 rival units with the defeating damage being dealt from Retaliate or Quick Strike. We currently only have 1 model with Retaliate, no, 2, the Bustiarius and the D. Macharius. So that one we'll try for. The other one is win a battle in which you only deploy tacticians and attackers. That one may be a challenge. So we have to travel this way. We will travel this way. It is a sporting event. It is a King of the Hill sporting event. And the hero must be the first unit that you deploy at any time during combat. You may gain 1 Scion influence to heal your hero for 2 HP. There will be, in Act 4, if we go and have a look at this, in Act 4, we add a bag unit with a tactic, and they deploy 2 units with +2 health in the first turn. Get wrecked. We will absolutely be pressing all the way to the end. So we are in a region, Pluto's refugees, where we have no local units left. And so we will shuffle this bad boy up and we will get a Velas with Deflect, +2 damage. Blech. Camel Knight! It's a sporting event. We can get our Camel Knight back. How many is there? 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So Velas first, Camel Knight second, Fury, Radiarius, and Mamillo. Tactics for this, there is only a tactic for the Mamillo, and his tactic that he will use is Adrenaline. No one else has a tactic. Our hero must be the first unit that we deploy. The Camel Knight's going to have 8 health. Get out of here. There is only 1 local unit though, so hopefully these beasts will create some issues for them. I think we have done everything we need to do, so we'll deploy the first 2 units. So the Velas, it comes on with 5 health instead of 3. And the Camel Knight is going to come on with a whopping 8 health. Now remembering this is a King of the Hill event, so we don't need to defeat everyone to win, we just need to score enough points. They'll then play Adrenaline on the Camel Knight to give him +1 speed. So he's now speed 2. Wonderful. both are dazed. So our hero must be the first unit we deploy. We'll deploy our hero there. We'll use long bomb on this Jaishi. We don't do any damage, and that's it. So the direction for this monster will go red first. Travels direction 6, which is here, followed by direction 4 here. The Chimera, come on Chimera, goes up. Yeah! So the Chimera will attack with a yellow and a blue on the Camel Knight and does no damage, but the Camel Knight is locked in place. Well, in very fortunate news for us, non-local rival units treat hexes adjacent to beasts as if they are blocked. So this dude is never going to come towards us while these two beasts are here. So the Camel Knight is locked, he can't move. The Fury's coming on with 2. And the Velas will move towards us, but all of these hexes are blocked, so that's as far as it can go. This, however, has tactical, and it will move 1, 2, 3, because I don't think it can't attack in this first turn, so I wonder, it goes for the hero. Let me just quickly read something. I think because it's not attacking, it moves directly towards us. So we'll just read this. Priority list, marking, identify a mark the rival unit can reach. Move the unit. Rival units will always move as efficiently as possible. If the rival has marked a bold priority and it is already within range of it, it does not move. While still within range, okay, so it does actually just move to here. It doesn't move all the way. Great. So our turn to deploy something. Feels like the crossbowman again. It's our best play. So the crossbowman will deploy here. And we're not going to deploy any tactics. So the Parthian, is it worth moving at this stage? This could still move up and attack. If we instead do this, and we move the Parthian 1, 2, because we can't move to that hex, otherwise we're combat locked. No, I don't think we want to do that. I think we want to give that guy a chance to run away. It is a King of the Hill event, is the thing I'm trying to keep in mind, so we want to get onto this hex if we can. Is it worth bringing a tactician on? Instead of the crossbowman to move to there? No, we're fine. We don't need to rush. The Murmillo will be the Tribune, by the way. Last unit deployed. Okay. So shooting. We will use our... Or do we just kill that guy and try and go here? Because he's blocking this dude at the moment. Alright, we want to kill the Fury, so that's our focus. Yep, crossbowman will shoot the Fury. Crossbowman does 1 damage to the Fury. That's using our ranged impel. During our turn, the crossbowman will shoot the Fury again. He defeats the Fury. And we will now move on to our boss. He could use Violent Shot. Or he could just use heave. We'll just use heave. Long shot, I should say. 1 black. Does 1 wound to him. And that is the end of our phase. The beast will move. So this beast, red first, go up. Oh, no. Oh, yes! What an idiot. I was like, 6, that's down. But no, 6 is up to the right, up to the left. What a peanut. Cool, and that's locked. So that's awesome for all of us. Combat lock. So combat lock opponents that are adjacent to this unit at the start of their move cannot move during the turn. Wonderful. So we'll attack here with retaliate, unfortunately. Oh, gets 2 wounds on him though. Boom, and then retaliate triggers. The Chimera will attack the Camel Knight for a blue and a yellow and does no damage. Deployment, the Retiarius comes on. He comes on with 3 health. He is going to be a real pest. He's going to move straight onto the hex that I wanted to go on. 1, 2, 3. Can't move, can't move. Well, we just got to get rid of him, haven't we? Yes, we do. The Camel Knight last turn, I definitely didn't do an attack on the Chimera, so he did a wound. But he'll do another attack on the Chimera. No wound. The Veles will do an attack on the Zishe. He does 1. And the Retiarius. Will the Retiarius use hook? Let's read hook. Hook triggers if this movement allows a rival unit to get an attack or special when it would otherwise get neither. It will. It will actually displace this guy to here using hook, and then it will attack it and defeat it using its red dice for attack. So that is good. Our deployment. We only get this 1 more unit. I don't think we want to use... Maybe the Bustarius is the option. See if we can get that retaliate triggering happening. Yeah. So movement, we'll move the boss 1, 2. We'll move the crossbowman 1. We'll use ranged impel from our crossbowman. He will not get dig in, so we're going to shoot the Retiarius. We get a wound. We'll use Fury Aura. We'll get a wound. The crossbowman will shoot the Retiarius again. Gets the job done. And our boss will put his 2 black dice into the Veles. He only gets 1 wound, which is a real shame. He does not trigger retaliate. We can't shoot that guy again, but we've already shot him once and that's it. Nothing for the Bustarius. That turn, he's going to attack the Chimera. Chimera has not hit once yet. Last unit to deploy is the Tribune. It is the Murmillo. It's going to come on with 3 health. And he can't move. The Velas is going to go towards the hero. We will place him here. And it will then roll a black and a yellow on our hero. It rolls 1 hit. Our hero will happily take that. Okay. So it's our turn. So we want to move 1 here. And we want to move 1, 2 here. And 1 here, I guess. Or do we move like this, this, and this? I like that better. I like that better. This guy was here. Boss was here. And a Bustarius was here. So the boss will go here. The crossbowman's actually going to go across to here. And the boss will go to here. No. The boss will go here. Make up your mind, Deno. Cool. We use Fury Aura, we'll shoot. Ranged Impel, no. Yeah, ranged Impel, it's fine. We get the job done there. We don't need to do anything else. So that's the end of our turn. Camel Knight didn't attack the Chimera, gets him again. Forget that every time. Alright, so this guy does go towards the hero. Can't get the hero, so it goes towards the weakest opponent, which is the crossbowman. Goes 1, 2. Camel Knight will attack the Chimera again. Gets it done. The Murmillo will attack our... What is shove? When is shove used? Shove, this unit displaces. Triggers if this movement allows a rival unit to get an attack when it otherwise would get neither. It does not trigger that. 2 damage to our crossbowman. Yucky! Okay. It's now our turn, so we score a point. And now we will move this guy to here. And we will move the Bustarius 1, 2 to here. And we will move the boss 1, 2 to here. The crossbowman will use ranged impel to try and shoot the Chimera. We successfully shoot the Chimera. Our boss will not shoot anywhere. We will hold our position. The Bustarius has combat lock, and so both of these guys can't move. Both of them can already make an attack. So we'll just roll the attacks at the same time, all on the Bustarius. So he takes 1 wound. The Murmillo will take 1 retaliate damage. And that is all. We'll score 2 points to go to 3 because we have these 2. Might as well fire on the Camel Knight with a ranged impel. Get 1. Fire on the Camel Knight again. Get 2. Bustarius will fight on the Camel Knight. Get 3, 4. And the boss will use Long Bomb. No. I definitely didn't attack last turn with the Bustarius, and I could have, but I did not. So that'll be the end of our turn. There's no more beast turn. Again, they are going to attack Bustarius. No damage from the Murmillo, so he doesn't suffer anything. This guy suffers 1, this guy suffers 1. Retaliate. We score 2 points, we go to 5, so at the end of this turn we will successfully win. We'll ranged impel. Yep, we will shoot. Yep, so the Camel Knight has been defeated. We kept him very irrelevant. And that's the end of our turn. Bustarius might take out, well, Murmillo might take out our Bustarius. He does not. retaliate triggers. And that is the end of the fight as we go to 6 points in King of the Hill. And that's it. So Dark Revenant is defeated. We can recruit a unit. So I think the Camel Knight is probably the go. We already have a Fury. We already have a Radiarius. We'll deploy a Camel Knight into our team. We don't need more tactics. Good work, everyone. Good work. Okay. So let's go to here. We are marking off the first act. It is a sporting event, so we recruited a unit. We will then move here to the Lemosian region, where we will be entering into a new region, and so we will roll this dice, and we will get a 1, which is you may heal your hero for 2. That's very annoying. We just heal for 1. 4, 5. I really wanted to draw 3 to 4, recruit a random bag unit, 5, gain tactics, etc., etc. But it is what it is. We're going to go to a new region soon. Bloodshed, though. A voracious Cyclops. Rival units have health 5. After rival units attack or use specials, they gain hit points equal to any hits on dice that were rolled. So there will be 2 local units, or 1 local unit, sorry, which is a Lemosian, which is this NACOM, who comes with a tactic, and another local unit, which will be, well, another bag unit, sorry, a neutral. It's an attacker. Get out of here. All right. 2 voracious Cyclops. So bad that local unit is speed 3. So they both have 5 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The NACOM deploys in position 1. The attacker deploys in position 2. Alright, this is a thingy event, so people will die. Question to ask is, who is the right target to bring down? The NACOM's going to go 1, 2, 3 to there. It's got taunt, so we do have to target it if we are adjacent to it. So bringing on someone who is adjacent is maybe not. The Demetrius is a local unit, so perhaps we'll use him to get up there because he's speed 3. He will be able to attack and do some severe damage. Yeah, he may even be able to take the attacker out in one fell swoop. So that'll do. That's our first deployment. Sorry, was there 2 tactics? Yeah, there's 2 tactics, sorry, which is a stun and an adrenaline. So the stun can't be used because no one's adjacent, and there's no tactician, and there's no adrenaline. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah. So our turn, I think we deploy Hook cannot be used in the first turn, can it? It's tactical. Tactics on non-adjacent units. No, Hook can't be used. Okay. So deploying the Radiarius is of no value to us. Our boss is who we're going to deploy. Okay, so the boss can come in early. Move 1, 2, 3. We have to target the NACOM. We can't target the attacker because of taunt. There's no way for us to get around that. So the boss has ranged impel, that's not relevant. He has Fury Aura, that's also not relevant. We'll use Violent Shot. Interesting. If we use Violent Shot on the NACOM, we can potentially get a wound to the attacker, which would be good. But to do that, we need to use a wound. We're going to be going to a new region, so we're potentially a chance of gaining a new wound anyway. So we'll use this to gain an extra range from longbow. He rolls a blue and a red. The red hits the NACOM, the blue hits the attacker. So it's not really relevant, but so be it. He's going to get stunned. Damn, that's very annoying. The boss, we need to check this new region map, actually. Oh yeah, Demetrius is going to shoot at, or attack the NACOM, has to attack him. Only gets one hit. We were hoping for better. He doesn't have anything else, he's just got retaliate. Yep. Okay, so now it's their turn. There's no more units to deploy, but they can deploy this stun tactic, which they will. So he is stunned. This is a bloodshed event, not ideal. The target for is highest hex in range of opponent, and then the strongest opponent. So we're actually going to do this. Highest hex in range of opponent is the first priority, so they're both going to stay there. The NACOM's going to attack. 1 black. Does a wound. It would cause it to heal, however, it does then suffer a wound from retaliate. The attacker, roll bad, gets 1 and suffers 1. Our turn, our third deployment. Camel Knight is not going to be able to do anything. Peltast. No, I really want a Harpoonsman for range actually, but Bustarius or the Tactician. Bustarius. We just want some out and out attack power because we need to go down. Actually, given that, the crossbowman's probably a better play because next turn the crossbowman will be more damage. Boss, 1, 2. So the boss will use Fury Aura. Ranged Impel is not relevant. If we can roll 2 black hits, we will defeat the NACOM, which would be a great start. We could just use Sanguimancy to defeat the NACOM and not have to roll any dice at a cost of 2 damage. Or we could do the same on the attacker, which actually is probably the better play. Because again, we could gain some health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sanguimancy. 5. Our boss defeats the attacker without anything to worry about. Our stun goes away. This guy would make himself adrenaline, but it doesn't matter because he's not moving anywhere. He's going to attack the Demetrius, or is he? He's going to go for the strongest opponent, which means he's going to attack our boss. hits for once, and then heals for once. However, the crossbowman moves. We can ranged impel. We can shoot. And we can use Fury Aura. Good one. We will add a health to our boss. We will mark off a week. The boss recovering a health is nice. No units defeated. And the Voracious Cyclops is done. So we will move in the world map to here, which is into a new region. So we'll roll the dice. We get a 1. The boss heals for 2 health. I'm less concerned about it this time. It's a good result. I'd really like to recruit a bag unit if I can. Atlanteans. So we'll flip over to the Atlantean map. We will bring out the Trident. Trident. And the Tribune. These will both go in here. So there's no more local units left. The next sporting event is Hard-Headed. Rival units have Absorb, and it is a spar. Oh, did I remember to give... No, they don't get 2 extra health. They had 5 health because of the thing. Wonder what applies first. Gain 2 health or thingy? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is sporting, so... Ah, it's a reptilian. Another Bastarius, Archer, and a Magma Rager. Tactics on 1, 2, 3. So 1 tactic stun, 1 tactic adrenaline, 1 tactic bolster health. The Tribune, this is a spar event, so the Tribune has to be the Magma Rager. And they will deploy. The Magma Rager deploys with 5 health. The Archer deploys with 4 health. The Archer is adrenaline. No one has tactical. Absorb. Punishing. Absorb is when you're attacked, you can only suffer 1 damage, correct? When this unit is attacked. So if we use a special, we can be okay. Sporting event, so we don't have to worry about units dying. Sorry, I did actually have to choose one of these two. Defeat at least 3 rival units with your hero in a single event, or flawless accept and win 4 sport or bloodshed events in a row without spectating or accepting any other events in between. We'll do stuff of legend. Sporting. Okay. Rival units have Absorb. The unit to deploy is our boss, I think. Yep. So the Archer has adrenaline, the Magma Rager has that. Magma Rager is a real problem, actually. Bastarius comes on with 4 health. However, we will use it for 6 health. Geez, this is actually a real fucking tough mission because of bolster health. This is a real challenge. Am I better off using my Radiarius to go on and grab that Trident instead of my boss? I think I am. I think I'm actually going to do the Trident play. The Trident tested play. No, because then he's speed 2. No, has to be the boss. Has to be the boss. Okay. So, we will give the Archer 1, 2, the Trident, and the Magma Rager will move 1, 2. I think we're going to have to kill the Magma Rager. The archer throws the trident at the boss. Deploy crossbowman. 1, 2, 3. So I think we're going to move with the boss. 1, 2 to here. We're going to use Fury Aura. We're going to use ranged impel. So that does a maximum of 1 damage. And we're going to shoot with the crossbowman, which does a maximum of 1 damage. And then we will shoot. We'll go here actually. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The Bustarius is coming on either way. We'll shoot. What's attack? We'll actually attack using our thing on the Magma Rager. Yeah. Come on, blue dice. Yeah. 1 on the Bustarius, 1 on the Archer, which defeats it, and 1 on the Magma Rager. So they all have absorb, so... Oh, that's a special, actually. So let me just read the Magma Rager. Let me read Violent Shot. Roll that and that. Blasphemous. Whenever this unit is dealt damage, that damage is increased by 1. And that is not an attack, so he does not get absorbed from that. So that's actually a great play by me. Well done, legend. One of your best. Reptilian comes on. He comes on with 3 health. There's no one to apply stun to. The Magma Rager goes to here. The Bustarius will have to go to here. And that is all. A lot of dice coming in here. Black, blue, green. All coming on the boss. The Bustarius has combat lock. That sucks. They all have absorb too. 4 damage. Yuck. Alright, well the boss has to go now. Well, sorry, we have to bring on the Camel Knight probably to protect the boss. I don't want to use a blessing, so we'll bring on the Camel Knight. The crossbowman's already in position, so we don't need to do anything with him. Camel Knight comes on dazed, can't do anything. It's our turn. We'll use Fury Aura. We'll use ranged impel on the crossbowman onto the Magma Rager. He misses! We'll shoot again. He gets 1. And now the boss to go down to 1 health for defeating the Tribune, and not die and retaliate. Yep, kills the Magma Rager. Fine. We're probably okay now. So we go down to 1 because we defeated the Tribune. The Reptilian goes to here. We don't have to worry about him yet. Bustarius goes and attacks. There's still no stun that can be applied. Bustarius does 2 damage. The Camel Knight will take it with Intercept Blow. We can deploy another crossbowman. 1, 2, 3. There's no one with range 3. There's no one that we can use to... This is a sporting event, so we're okay. We'll actually make it a Peltist. So Fury Aura. This guy will move to here. This guy will move to here. Ranged Impel. Gets 1. Normal Shot. Gets one. And unequipped trident, farthest opponent. He's going to shoot it. Yeah. The Peltas is going to heave on him. Gets another one. And the boss will shoot on the Bustarius. Gets the job done. There's no more combat lock. We don't suffer retaliate because we defeated the guy. We still have the trident. This guy will move to here. He has to attack the Camel Knight. 2 blues. Camel Knight suffers 2 wounds. Time to unload on this regenning little buffhead. Yeah, I think we get it done pretty easily if we roll all of our dice at the one time, which I really like doing. Plus Furiora. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a million hits. We can only do 1 damage per hit, but it's not a problem. We needed to do 2 hits in total. So he's defeated. We successfully conclude this sporting event. We mark off our track. Sporting event allows us to recruit a unit. We definitely want to recruit someone. The question is, that Bustarius has proven to be quite good. I don't think the Reptilian's any good. It's between these two, Magma Rager or Bustarius. I think we'll take the Bustarius. I'm not a fan of the Magma Rager. Blasphemous feels like a pretty big disadvantage. Great. So we move on to another sporting event. And this is called the Heavy Staff. The flag holder does not act during your abilities and engage steps. We will accept this event. There are no local units left. The first unit we get is... it's a Harpoonsman. That's so good. And then a Reptilian. Okay, 2 speed 1 units to deploy. Oh no, gigantic. 3-4. The Magma Rager and the Archer are back. This is a capture the flag, so we can choose whoever we want to be the Tribune. We'll definitely choose the Archer. The Archer's coming with a tactic and the Harpoonsman's coming with a tactic, which is double bolster health. And the Archer will be the Tribune. Okay, so we start by deploying 2 units. The Harpoonsman doubles its health and then gets +2 health. 6. The Reptilian goes up to 5. And then the Reptilian is going to get 2 more health. That is awful. He's actually going to be really hard to deal with in this mission with his regeneration. None of them has any speed buffs. So we will deploy our Radiarius. And he can move 1, 2, 3. The Magma Rager will deploy now. He's going to deploy with 3 health, but it's going to go to 5 because of the bolster health tactic that will be played. And that is all. This is capture the flag, isn't it? So this is here. The Harpoonsman does not need to move. The Reptilian will move. We'll move him here. The Harpoonsman is going to shoot at our Radiarius. Non-lethal event. He does 1 damage. Just want to get that harpoon out of the way. Our next deployment will be the Camel Knight. And the Radiarius will move to here. No, we'll deploy the Camel Knight here. That Magma Rager is actually clearly annoying. We'll deploy the Camel Knight here. We'll move this guy back to here. That's going to be all. The Archer deploys as the Tribune into this spot. There's no downside to us killing the Archer because we're already at 1 health. The Harpoonsman moves. This guy moves. And the Magma Rager moves. The Harpoonsman shoots at the Radiarius, but our Camel Knight will take the blow with intercept blow. 2 hits. Flag is back here. Okay, do we bring down the boss now? I think we do. Boss will deploy here. Camel Knight will move 1 to here. And the Radiarius will stay right where it is. So we can't use Fury Aura on the turn we're deployed. We can't use ranged impel, but we don't have attack unit anyway. So it's just combat. So this guy, we will use our shot on the Reptilian, Violent Shot. Just does the 1 to him, which he's going to regen anyway. And then the Camel Knight will attack the Reptilian because he has to. Another 1. That is all. There's no more units to deploy. The Archer is only range 2. Can only move 1 to here, so it does get into range of the Camel Knight. The Harpoonsman is already in range of the Trident Holder, so it's fun. Do we throw the Trident at the Archer and just kill the Archer? No, we'll keep the Trident for 1 more turn. He taunt. So we choose the order of attacks. We'll choose the Magma Rager, I think, because it's the most dangerous one. Yep, Magma Rager gets 2 hits on our Camel Knight. 1, 2. Danger. Danger, Will Robinson. The Reptilian. No, we'll do the Harpoonsman on our Radiarius. 0 hits. That's amazing. The Archer and the Reptilian. The Reptilian on the Camel Knight. 1 hit. The Camel Knight is still alive. Go, brave Camel Man. And the Archer will shoot with a black and a yellow on the Camel Knight because he is the only target. Camel Knight is defeated. This is a sporting event, so we do not lose the Camel Knight, which is okay. Our deployment. We can now bring in a crossbowman and start to bring some pain. I think we're going to move the Radiarius. He's going to move 1, 2, 3. And I think we'll move our boss to here. Fury Aura 1. Okay, so we're going to use Fury Aura on the Magma Rager, which is actually going to do 2 damage to the Magma Rager because he is blasphemous. We're then going to use ranged impel, and we're going to shoot the Magma Rager and do 1 damage. We're now going to use our shot from the boss on the Reptilian. This is a huge play. Well, could be a huge play. Oh, does 2 damage to the Magma Rager and kills him. Does 1 damage to him. 1 damage to him, 1 damage to him. The Radiarius will use his red dice to defeat the Archer, who was the Tribune, but we're already on 1 health. And we still have the crossbowman shot onto the reptilian, which is a black. 2 wounds to the reptilian. So the reptilian will regen 1. I may have forgotten to regen 1 last turn, so I'll just do that anyway. And that's it. So now the reptilian, we're going to move him to here. And the harpoonsman is already in range of the Radiarius. So the Radiarius is the target. So we will actually use the Radiarius' shot. Sorry, the harpoonsman shot. It's going to defeat the Radiarius, which is a shame, but no one has the trident. Our final deployment Fury, I think. I'm going to be recruiting this harpoonsman. He's amazing. We'll go Bustarius with a retaliate into here. The boss is going to go 1-2 to here. Going to use Fury Aura. Going to use ranged Impel. Come on, crossbowman. 2 damage. What a legend. Okay, and now we're going to be really brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to throw the trident into this reptilian, which defeats him. Puts the harpoon there, or the trident there. And then we're going to do the end of our turn. His target is the unequipped trident. And he always uses the unequipped trident, but he uses it on the farthest opponent. So he's going to throw it over here on the Bustarius for 3 damage. It's now our turn. Fury Aura. Trident throw. We can do a guaranteed 1 damage with violent shot. And then we've got 2 chances at rolling a hit. The first one fails. Second one succeeds. We lost 2 units. Well, we lost 2 units in the combat, but we got it done. So the flag didn't get captured. We're definitely going to recruit the harpoonsman with his range 3. That will be very, very useful. We'll mark off a week. We've recruited the harpoonsman, and that is the end of that. Cool. We're at maximum recruits now. We have a full bag. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We're on for another sporting event. And it is a trial of onslaught. Okay, interesting. Sorry, no, we're moving to a bloodshed. I don't have to go check my recording. It is a bloodshed, it's not a sporting event, so we'll put that back there. So we have a bloodshed, it's Sacred Oath. When accepted, you may discard any number of opportunity cards from your camp to add the same number of units to your camp lineup. So we're going to discard 2, so we're going to add 2 units to our lineup. I don't think we're going to need them. It does come down to who the first unit is, if they have tactical. Let's see. First unit is a Radiarius with tactical. That is the worst possible draw on an Atlantis map. Just awful. Just awful. 2, 3, 4. He's going to hamstring someone. Magma Rager, get out of here. Adrenaline from the Magma Rager, hamstring from the fucking Ready. That is just such a bad draw. That makes me very depressed. Radiarius, Archer, Amazon, Magma Rager. There's no Tribune, there's no flag. We've done that. Well, it's just a straight 3 damage from the Ready Arius when he throws the fucking trident. Just awful. Okay, so their deployment, they come on with 5 health because why not? This archer's coming on with 4 health because why not? The unit that we deploy is going to get hamstrung. So I think we have to deploy the Camel Knight first. The Ready Arius goes 1-2 onto the Trident. I don't want to lose my Camel Knight. Camel Knight comes on. We'll deploy here. Their turn, they're going to deploy a Velas with 3 health. We're going to hamstring the Camel Knight. The Archer will move 1. The Ready Arius will move to here. And it will throw the Trident at our Camel Knight. Bad turn of events, bad start. Who is our best play in the first turn? Is it the Bustarius with Retaliate? Tricky, tricky. Harpoonsman, maybe. The Camel Knight could die in the first turn. Could die. So, I think we will bring down another health tank. With Taunt. Nacom. Yeah. Okay. So, we do our turn. Sorry. The Camel Knight can attack the Ready Arius. There's no Retaliate, which is nice. So he does 1 damage, which is awesome. We're definitely not throwing the Trident, that's for sure. So their last deployment is this Magma Rager. 1, 2, 3. They're going to Adrenaline the Archer. So he goes to speed 2. The Archer will probably go 1, 2 to here. Ready Arius is done. And this guy will go 1, 2 towards the Camel Knight because he's the priority. Because he has the Trident. Okay. So the Ready Arius will attack the Camel Knight, but he can't because of Taunt. So we'll do 1 damage to the Nacon. Then the Archer will shoot the Camel Knight, and we can't stop that because we're not adjacent. Gets 1 hit on the Camel Knight. This is a bloodshed event, Deno. Don't lose your Camel Knight. How do we stop that? So we've got 2 units we can add in addition. We've got to bring the boss on, don't we? Crossbowman. First strike. Kill the Ready Arius, which would be massive. We can actually swap places with the Ready Arius, which would be potentially cool. The boss will come down. This is a risk. Okay. We have no ranged impel, which we can't use anyway. We have no Fury Aura because we can't use it. We just have to decide if we use Violent Shot, if we throw the Trident, and if we swap. We don't get to do both. Violent shot, throw the trident may be the wrong play. Yep. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to swap here. We're then going to use the Camel Knight to attack the Radiarius. Gets a wound. The Nacom will attack the Radiarius. Oh, sorry. That's incorrect. What should have happened is the Camel Knight should have thrown the trident. So let's assume that I threw the trident, which leaves 2 wounds left on this guy. Great. So the boss fights for twice. He does 2 damage. And the Nacom, he's dead. The Nacom can now attack the archer, which it will do so. No retaliate. Okay, so Camel Knight's still alive with hamstring. Trident in play that no one can reach. So here's how we will do this. We will do the archer to move 1, 2 because it wants to get to the trident. The Velas wants to go towards the farthest opponent and the trident. So we'll put it here. The Magma Rager will then be unable to move. Or unable to attack, I should say. We will deploy a crossbowman with first strike onto the trident. We can throw the trident there and defeat that guy. Oh, this is brilliant. Actually, it's brilliant decision making. So our boss will move 1 to here, and we'll use Fury Aura to get a wound. I desperately don't want to lose any little guys. Do we want to use swap? We can't get a ranged impel off because the crossbowman is engaged, but that's okay. Because we're going to use our So if I could guarantee with my violent shot that I was going to get a hit, I would do 2 wounds to him, and then I could just throw the trident at him, which would be great. But I'm not going to be able to do that, guarantee that. So let's instead we'll do it this way. So there's no ranged impel, there's no other actions to take. We will use the cutthroat shot because that guarantees a hit on that red guy, on that guy. So that does 2 wounds because of the blasphemous. It also does 1 wound to the archer. Then the crossbowman will fire at the Magma Rager. Gets 1, thank goodness. I thought that was 2 misses. And the Nacom will swing on the archer and gets another 1. That is all. So it's their turn now. The archer has adrenaline. This unit does want to go for that, but it can't reach it. And so it will just simply go for the farthest opponent it can reach, which is one of these 2. So that's all. So it's just going to stay where it is. Both have to fight the Nacom. So as long as they don't roll 4 hits, we're okay. There's no retaliate. 2 hits. So the Nacom survives, and then we just throw the harpoon there and we throw our cutthroat shot at that guy. Barb tips. Yes. Get out of here, idiots. The barbed hits are red, so it guarantees a hit, and the trident is also 2 guaranteed damage. So that is it. We gain another health to go to 11 possible health. We complete another week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. We move to an opportunity. We didn't. Empty a faction stack for a region that is not local to one of your primuses. Have 3 units in your camp from the same faction. It cannot be your hero's faction. We're very close to that one, but unfortunately we don't have it. We'll use that one anyway, because I think we're more likely to get that one. That was awesome. A lot of thinking in that one. Okay, so that's another opportunity week passed. So we move to here. We've gone into a new region, so we roll a dice. We roll another one, which is heal 2 health. It sure would be nice to roll something other than healing health on that. But it's actually, there's worse things it could be. This is a sporting event, so we are on to this sporting event, which is Trial of Onslaught, and we are into a new region. And the region that we've moved into is the new Argonauts region with the weapon racks. I'm in chains. I'm in chains. It's good stuff. Good stuff, Deno. It's because you're chained when you fight here at the thing. Alright, each time a rival unit is defeated, add a random bag unit to the end of the rival lineup. So I think what that means is we have actually just won this. And I'll explain why. As soon as we kill a unit, they go back to here. So all we need to do is put our boss on this thing. And we just score points every turn. Well, when I say we've won, I mean it's you know, not quite that straightforward, but this is a sporting event, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay. So there is a local unit. Is there? No, there's no local units. That'd be a good one. Oh, it's the Bane. That's terrible, Deno. What are you doing? It's a neutral unit. It's an attacker. 3 more. 1, 2. Oh, a reptilian and a radiarius. The radiarius is bad, but we're okay. So, double health goes to 6, goes to 8. 5 on that guy. One tactic, which is an adrenaline. Another tactic, which is a stun. Radiarius goes, he goes 1, 2 to there. He's tactical. That's the end of his turn. The attacker will get adrenaline. Our deployment will be a crossbowman, who will go here, and our boss, who will go here. My understanding of this particular mission, or this rules, is can no more 2 units. Units that are deployed together are shackled and must remain adjacent to each other at all times. So, like, I get to choose the order they move in, right? So, if I move this guy 1, 2, 3, then he goes onto the thing because that's the closest thing. And then he'll move. So that's potentially bad for us, right? But if I can kill the radiaris in one turn, which will be likely, it'll be reasonably good for us. So let's do that. The attack will move 1, 2, 3 to there. See, I could also move him. No, has to go towards the deadliest opponent is its priority. So we'll go 1, 2 to there. And so he's rolling a red and a yellow. So let's see if the yellow doesn't get a wound, so our boss suffers a wound. This is a non-lethal event, so we're fine. So my boss is going to move 1 to here, the Parthian, and my crossbowman will move 1 to here as well. So we will use our Fury Aura. We will use ranged impel. We will use another attack. And if the boss does 2 damage here, we successfully do some great stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's good odds. Alternatively, I can just use the Sanguimancy and defeat them. I'll lose 2 health, but it'll set us up for the win. We're probably okay with that. Because if I don't get this, we're in trouble and we lose a wind anyway. So we're going to do that. We're going to take 2 damage to defeat the Radiarius. This guy moves back to here. And the reptilian comes on dazed. Anytime a unit is defeated in this mission, add a random unit to the end of the bag. This is not a King of the Hill event, so we'll make the reptilian the Primus. That's the end of our turn. The reptilian's dazed, so the attacker will go 1, 2. Our turn. The boss will go to here. And yup. We can heave. We can throw a long shot, sorry. So we'll do 1 to the attacker. The reptilian goes 1 to here. The attacker will go 1, 2 to here. Start of our turn, we score a point. We will unload with everything we've got, which is now a ranged impel, 2 damage, a normal shot, 0 damage, our boss, 2 damage, and that's all. Again, we can decide the order that these guys move in. So we'll do the attacker first. So we'll move to here, as close as he can get to that. We'll do the reptilian, he goes to there. And it's unload time again on the attacker. Boom, 1 damage. Boom, 2, 3 damage. The reptilian gets deployed back here. On comes a new attacker. We've scored 2 points. There's no adrenaline in play for this one. This attacker comes on with 3 health. And this is game over, right? Because he's stunned, so the reptilian moves to here. We go to 3. The attacker will move the reptilian 1. He'll go 1, 2. We then unload on him 4. He dies. he goes back to here. We deploy someone else. It's our turn, 5. Someone else moves, he goes there, 6. I don't think there was a way we could lose that. I'm sure I've missed something, but I feel confident that that was a-okay. So that was a bloodshed event, so we will max out our hero's health, and we will go to health 12. No, that was a sporting event. We can recruit units. We don't need to recruit units. Instead, we will take a bolster health tactic into our team. Where's me camel knight? Here he is. Okay. So we now move on to a bloodshed event here in the same location. We will put all of these tactics back. We'll put these guys back in the bag. We'll put these guys back in the bag. There's no tribune. And gigantic goes back in the bag. This is such a satisfying feeling, this, by the way. We're doing a bloodshed, which is poison darts. Start of each of your turns, deal 1 damage to your hero if they are not in combat. Blech. 3 units. First one is an Atlantean, Magma Rager, Atlantean. If this is a Ready Arius, I'm going to cry. This is a bloodshed. It's a reptilian. That's so good. Get out of here, you buffheads. The slow speed in this mission is punishing. So it's a hamstring. Oh, it's an adrenaline. No, hamstring, adrenaline, and stun. Damn, that's bad. Stun, hamstring, adrenaline. There's no one with tactical deployed early, so we're actually probably going to be okay here. I might just check. Do you go down the list of tactics that are available, or do they only use the first one? Rival tactic. Place the next tactic, rival tactic chip that has a valid target if possible. Great, so you do actually place it. Okay, well, good to know. Still my first playthrough, so we'll be fine. Poison darts. So deployment, the reptilian comes on with 5 because we're in Act 4. The Magma Rager comes on with 5 because we're in Act 4. We will deploy our boss. He will apply adrenaline. Our boss comes on, and I think we'll... Do we stick with the crossbowman plan? It's been working. Actually, we might go with a harpoonsman. 1-2 health. Boss goes here, harpoonsman goes here. We can long bomb. So, miss. Damn, that would have been awesome. Because it does 2 damage. Their turn, we'll do the Magma Rager first. We'll do the reptilian next. So we'll go here for 1. We'll go here for 1-2. We will use Fury Aura to do 2 damage to this guy. We will use ranged impel to shoot with our harpoonsman on the Magma Rager. We get 1. So we're going to guarantee the Magma Rager dies if we use Violent Shot. So we'll do that. We'll use Violent Shot. It's going to do 1 wound to him, which he's going to heal anyway. And it's going to defeat the Magma Rager. There's no stun in play. There's no ability to deploy hamstring. So that's it. The Ready Arius will come on with 3 health. 1, 2, 3. And he will deploy here. The Reptilian is going to be able to get us this turn. No, it's going to have to be a thing. Okay, so he'll go to there. And he'll go to there because he has adrenaline. It's annoying. Oh well. Ready Arius can't attack. He will apply hamstring to our harpoonsman. We'll put 2 blues onto the boss. If both of these miss, we're great. 1 hit. So we're using our 6th blessing. It's not exactly when we wanted to use it, or at all. 5, 9, 10, 11. The boss is going to be fully healed. We didn't really need that, but it's fine. Yep. It's our turn. We have to hit the Reptilian. So we will, because he's got taunt. We'll do 1 damage from Fury Aura. We'll do a ranged impel, which gets us 1. We'll do another shot from the harpoonsman, gets us another 1. The boss will do his shot, which is 1, 2 blacks and a yellow. We get the Reptilian defeated. There's no more units left, so the Reptilian, this guy doesn't redeploy. He's just going to target our boss. He's just going to do 1 automatic wound because he's a red dice, and we should be able to defeat him with ranged impel and Fury Aura. Done. No stun applied. Cool. That is our last fight in this location. That is a bloodshed event, so we do get our 12th and final health. We will move 1 here to this opportunity. We have confidence. We have the brave find glory. Triple the health of the first rival unit deployed in a bloodshed event while in the new Argonauts region. I can't do that. But what does that guy look like, I wonder? Caligus of Caledonia. There he is. What does he look like? Quick strike, retaliate, speed 1, 3 health. Yeah, he's not that impressive. Quick strike's good, but he's just a normal attacker. He's a speed 1 attacker. He sucks, actually. Confidence. Another week. Another week. We move to here for a bloodshed event. And that will be our last event before we face off against the Scion. So the bloodshed is Traitors Among Us. Sacrifice 2 units from your camp and recruit 2 random bag units to replace them. You must include these units in your lineup. That could be fun, actually. Could be fun. Let's do that. So who do we not care about? This tactician we don't use. The crossbowmen and the harpoonsmen are definitely staying safe. The Bustiariuses are staying safe. They're quite useful with combat lock. The Camel Knight is for sure staying. So we want another shield guy. Probably the Fury, actually. I haven't really used the Fury at all. Yep, so we'll cash in the Fury and the Tactician. All these back in there. And we're about to face off on the Vesuvian map. I just realised that I completely stuffed up there. There should have been Secator and a provocateur on both of those in those battles because it was a local unit. I didn't include them, so I'll just put them in the bag. I'm getting excited about facing the Scion. So let's see, who do we get? We're not another tactician, great, and a Radiarius. So 2 tacticians. The good news about this is that we now have 3 units from the same unit's faction, which means we're getting a special tactic, native sense. This unit is local. Ooh-wee. All right, we're setting up for the final bloodshed event, and it's called Traitors Among Us. This is exciting. This is exciting. Got to look out for that local unit. So I tell you what, it does ramp up in complexity towards the end of the game, so we feel okay. I mean, I've got 10 different special abilities over here to keep in mind. We've got 2 of these little things here. We're rolling dice. We're doing all sorts of stuff. It's crazy times. Traitors Among Us. So we have to include the Tactician and the Radiarius in our lineup. Has to include those 2. They are deploying a local unit, which will be a Vesuvian, which will be this volcanic brute who's going to bring a stun. 2 bag units. An attacker, great. Defender. And then a 3rd bag unit with a tactic. A harpoonsman with bolster health. So bloodshed event, starting off by deploying 2 units. This guy has 8 health. What? And in very bad news for us, to continue the bad news, Vesuvian units gain 1 HP instead of being dealt 1 HP from the local ground advantage. And attacker comes in with 5 health, but it will immediately drop down to 4 as it is deployed there. There is no stun. We can bolster health, so it will bolster health. Good to know that actually on that. That is all. So both of these guys are movement 2, so we are absolutely getting attacked in the first turn. So I think it has to be our boss. He's the only one who can attack or survive the attack. He loses health when he's deployed. Volcanic Brute, Blasphemous. 1, no. When your encampment moves into the Vesuvian capital for the Scion event, gain a Bane for each unit remaining in the Vesuvian unit stack. That's bad. Yep, so we'll deploy the Defender. He'll come on with 4 health. The attacker will move 1, 2. The Volcanic Brute will move 1, 2 into range. He has Blasphemous and Taunt. The Blasphemous is good for us. It means we're going to do some damage to him. He's going to hit us with a green and a yellow. He gets 2 damage on our boss. As long as our boss doesn't die, we're okay. We can deploy units. We will deploy a crossbowman. 1, 2, 3. Who's going to lose a health from being deployed. We'll move our boss 1 to here. No combat lock, so we're fine. We'll use Thingy Aura, which does 2 damage thanks to Blasphemous. We will use Ranged Impel on the attacker. Retaliate doesn't trigger. He will shoot. 2 more. Question is, does our boss just defeat the attacker? Yep, we'll just defeat the attacker. Suffer 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Their harpoonsman comes on. He's got literally 1 health because he's a non-local. Still no one to stun. The defender goes here. The harpoonsman attacks the boss with a blue and a red. Gets 2 damage. The volcanic brute hits us. Ah, he's got taunt, actually. No, that's fine. Because it's a special, so we're okay. He does 1 there. Special that doesn't do an attack. Okay, we can deploy. We will deploy a... We'll deploy our harpoonsman. We'll move our boss 1 to here. Our harpoonsman will have a shot on their harpoonsman with a ranged impel. Gets it done. Our boss will use Fury Aura to do 2 damage to that guy. Oops. The harpoonsman will then have a shot on that guy. Do another 1. And the crossbowman can't reach. So the boss will shoot with his red dice, which automatically does 2 wounds to this guy. And if the blue does a hit, it does not. So that's it. So the volcanic brute and the defender will both attack the boss. Oh no, 3 damage. No! No, why didn't I bring on the camel knight instead? Oh, it's another blessing. We're down to 1 blessing. And that's just such a waste. So wasteful. I'm an idiot. Actually, you know what? I just realised I couldn't have brought on this harpoonsman. I had to bring on a ready Arius. So, what would have changed is this guy would have moved to here. The ready Arius deploys with 2 health. So, it doesn't matter. That he didn't fire. So, we only needed to do 1 shot to kill him. There was a green rolled, which is a hit. So, that's fine. Yeah, and he would have fired on there. So that's fine. We'll have to deploy this tactician now. Come on with 1 health. We've got full health back, which is irrelevant. Ranged impel on the defender. 2 damage. Fury Aura. Normal shot. Gets 1. And the boss will do 1 automatic hit. Job done. Final battle ready, locked and loaded. Lost no units. Could have lost some units, but again, getting a ready Arius is nice. Alright, so our boss has 12 health to go into the final battle with 1 Bane. So we did that whole thing with only 1 Bane, and then we now have to add 4 Banes to the stack. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Pluto's domain. When your encampment moves onto the Vesuvian capital for the final battle, that was a bloodshed event. We're not going to get a yellow dice. I don't want that. Gain a Bane for each unit remaining in the Vesuvian unit stack, so we get 4 Banes. So we have a bag influence. Fine. A camp influence. You cannot have more than 1 tactic with the same name. That's fine. Divine power. And bag. So, I haven't done this. Let's go over here and read about the final battle. What are the steps? Scion combat. Before doing the normal Scion, cross off your remaining blessings. For each one you cross off, you may choose and remove a Bane from the bag or from your camp, returning it to the supply. Okay, so we're going to get rid of Gigantic, I think. gigantic, goes away. Boom. So there's still 1, 2, 3, 4 Banes in total. Since several signs increase the number of Banes give you an extra 8 signs, do not have a rival lineup. You also do not have a lineup. Instead, you have a unit cap, deployment, scion, activity. Great. Okay. So I don't think we use these anymore. And I don't think we use these actually. So let's read Tao Tai's card, shall we? Arena. Before combat, remove all Banes in play from the game. 1, 2, 3, 4. Primuses. Tao Tai deploys have a health equal to the number of Banes removed in this way, minimum 3. So we would have been down to 3 health for each dude. That's annoying. So 4 health deployment for the Primuses. Before combat, empty the draw bag and add all of the unused and defeated Primuses to it. Fun. So I'm gonna set this up. All right, I think we are ready. You can see here we have all of the Banes removed from the game. We have the draw bag full of Primuses, and we have our full deployment. Now we're allowed 4 units on the board at any time, maximum of 4 units. We don't apply any of the other rules. In Act 4, Scion combat is lethal, defeat the Scion, and that's it. Great. So we don't add any of the rival unit bonuses. So we start, and I believe he starts dazed, just like every other battle. Let me read again. Scion combats. Rival deployment. It enters play dazed. It does not get to roll on the first turn. In subsequent units, the rival may deploy units accordingly on the Scion reference card. So we don't deploy any other units. So it's our turn to deploy. I think the smart play here is to deploy our boss. Doesn't matter where we go, we're going to be able to get attacked if he moves far enough. So actually we'll go here so that we can deploy a unit on the outside. Great. So in our first turn, we would shoot him, but he ignores all damage it is dealt until 3 or more Primuses have been defeated. Do we bring our boss on, actually? Do we not bring our boss on? Do we instead bring... No, I think we want the boss on the board. We can't use any more blessings. Yeah, we want the boss on the board. Okay, so we now roll all of these dice. So there's 2 yellow, 2 black, 2 green, 4 blue, and 1 red. So we roll all of these. And what do we get? All right, so we have 2 blacks. We have 2 greens. We have 1 blue, 1 yellow, 1 red. So, it's bad for us. This guy, on 2 or more hits, a random Primus is deployed. Doesn't happen. Green, he moves 1 space. Done. On black, its total hits, he does damage to its target. Unfortunately, he doesn't do any damage to its target because his range is 1. And this is his weakest ally gains this many HP. So that's the end of him. It's time for us to deploy someone. Camel Knight for sure. Coming on with 6 health. That's it. Scion turn. We want to see 2 blues so we can deploy a dude. Alright, there's 2 blue hits. I wonder if you do them in order of the thing. Surely you do. Scion activity example. Roll the Scion dice from top to bottom. Great. So, he moves hexes. So he's going to move towards the strongest opponent, which is the boss. So we'll go to there. Then he deals 2 damage to his target. We'll let him do 2 damage to us for now. Then on 2 or more hits, he has 2 or more hits, he deploys a rival Primus from the bag. And that Primus is Decimus. He's got Absorb. Man, that's bad. And then he gains, comes on with 6, no, he comes on with 4 health, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he gains an extra damage. Done. Okay. So it's our deployment. We're going to deploy this crossbowman, and we're going to give him a tactic, which is Strength of Sinew. He has +1 range. There's no tactics being deployed. Yep. So our boss will go 1, 2. The Camel Knight will go 1. And we will use Fury Aura for 1 damage. We will use Ranged Impel on the crossbowman. It's now range 3, so it can get into range. It does 1 damage to him, which is all it could do anyway from Absorb. The crossbowman will shoot him again with his normal shot. Does 1. And our boss will Absorb is only from attacks when this unit is attacked. Burning Blood. Defeat a non-elite unit. Can't use Burning Blood. Okay. Transferal. Violent Shot. No, it doesn't help. So he's not going to die this turn. That's a shame. We'll just use the red dice because we know it hits. Hey, look, it hits. Well, Barb Tips can also hit us. That's bad. Does the wound. It's all adjacent units. Great. So that's the end of our turn. So it's now... Oh, the Camel Knight can't attack the beast. Yep. Tau Tai. Oh, he's not deploying again. So he's moving 1. He's already got his target, which is the boss. He's dealing 2 damage to the target, so we'll let him do 2 damage to the boss again. He doesn't have 2 hits, so he's not deploying another Primus. And the weakest ally gains 2 HP. 1, 2. Our unit deployment, which is our unit cap, will deploy a Bustarius with 4 health. At this point, do we bolster health? We will bolster the health of our crossbowman to come in with an extra 2 health. And now, actually I don't think I need to do that. I'm going to bolster the health of the Bustarius. Done. And now we will move 1 to here. We will shoot, we'll use Fury Aura. Done. We'll use Ranged Impel. Gets a wound. We will shoot again. That guy gets to act, Deno. He'll attack our boss, so I'll do that in a second. He's defeated, but he will attack our boss. So he's got Tactical. That means he can move in the first turn. He's probably here. Still doesn't matter. No, he actually would have stayed because I was here. It's fine. Absorb, Inspire. Great. So we'll just roll his attack on our boss. He does 2 wounds. Okay. He's defeated. We would have been able to do the range on that. That's it. Nothing else matters. Scion turn. Deploy a unit, you idiot! He's doing 1 damage to our Bustarius. Actually, it's to the Camel Knight because he's the higher health of the two. Actually, it's our choice, but that's done. We can't attack him, and we can't deploy any units. So let's go again. He's deploying, yes, excellent. All right, so he's moving, but he can't move because he's locked. He's doing 2 damage. We'll do it to the Bustarius, 1, 2. Retaliate will not trigger. He's deploying a Primus, a random Primus from the bag. He deploys Ching Chwin, Bing Quing. She has Taunt, Dodge, and Hurl. She comes on with 4 health. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. She has Taunt, she has Dodge, and that is all. She does not have First Strike. And then it was 1 hit, so Bing Quinn gains 1 health. Our turn. So we'll move the Camel Knight forward. We'll move the Bustarius forward. The crossbowman will use ranged impel. The maximum we can roll is blue dice now because of dodge, I believe. Yep. So we do 1 with ranged impel, we do 1 with Fury Aura. The Bustarius will hit twice. 1, 2. And the boss will swing with 2 blacks. And that's enough. Bing Quinn goes down. Boss turn. Come on, deploy another unit, you pest. Yeah, he deploys another unit. Okay, so he's only doing 1 attack damage this time. And we'll put that on the Camel Knight. He's deploying a unit. That unit is gaining 2 health. And he's not moving anywhere. So the unit that he's deploying is Deflect. Damn, Nox. So she comes on with 4, 5, 6 health. Deflect is a bad one for us to get. She got Taunt. All right. Fury Aura, 1, 2. Sorry, we'll move our Camel Knight 1 square to here. Crossbowman, we just need to defeat her. So we use Fury Aura to do 1 damage to her. Our best attack is the boss with 2 blacks. We don't want to use Violent Shot. We can't use Defeat, Sanglemancy. We don't need to use Transferal, so we'll do 2 damage. Hopefully do 2 damage to Nox. We only do 1 damage. That's what you get for talking smack, Deno. And that's it. All right, now some pain's going to come on because he's probably going to deploy another one. He is going to deploy another one. Moving nowhere. Doing 2 damage, deploying a unit and giving them 1 health. It is Virago. She has 5 health. She also has Deflect. So 2 health, we'll put that onto the Camel Knight. 1, 2. And now Nox will attack. We will attack the boss. Do we want a Camel Knight? Interesting. I think we will put it on the Camel Knight. I think we're okay to lose a Camel Knight at this point. So it's 2 blues and a red, which means it's a guaranteed 1 damage. Yep, so the Camel Knight is defeated. She also comes on with quick strike, so she is going to do a black and a green on the combat locking retaliating Bustiarius to do 1 damage and 1 damage from retaliate. Okay, we will deploy units. That unit will be another Bustiarius. We will give it prepared tactics, so it ignores dazed. It will move 1, 2 to here. Our boss is going to move 1 to here. No, it won't. It'll stay there. But we're going to use... No, we're not. So we'll do 1 damage from the Fury Aura. Can't kill Nox this turn. Can't kill either of them this turn. Alright, so we'll do a ranged impel onto Nox. Does 2 damage. We can't defeat her. 2 damage from the boss, hopefully there, yep, onto her. She has quick strike, so she does 1 damage back to us. That is all. Do we get to decide the order of activations in this battle, or does the Scion always go first? Scion always go first. Yep, so they do everything before the attack phase happens. Okay. We still can't do any damage because we need 3 or more Primuses defeated. What happens if you can't deploy a unit? Because there's no space. Rival deployment step. Deployed in order. If all rival deployment hexes in the arena map are occupied, the rival does not deploy a unit this turn. So that would be deploying a random unit, but he will not deploy a unit. So there's no deploy, there's no move because he's combat locked. There's 2 damage to the highest health one, which is the Bustiarius, and Nox is gaining 1 health. Two damage, moving nowhere, 1 health, no deploy. Okay, I think we can do this. No deployment because all of the hexes are filled. Nox is going to attack. She attacks the strongest, which is our boss. Virago is going to move because she also prioritizes the strongest opponent, but she's combat locked, so she can't move. So Virago will attack our Bustiarius. She does 2 damage, which leaves him alive on 1, and he retaliates 1 on her. And Nox will do red and 2 blues on our boss. Does 3 damage to our boss. 1, 2, 3. Come on, boss man. Alright. So it's time to go ham on the boss. So we'll use Fury Aura. Can't deploy unit. Fury Aura there. And then I think we'll use a ranged impel from the crossbowman to shoot at Nox. Nox is defeated. We have 3 Primuses down. Unload! Unload everything! Fire at will! So 1 Bustiarius is attacking Tautai. 1 damage. The other Bustiarius is attacking Tautai. 2, 3 damage. The crossbowman attacks with 4/5 damage. And our boss, just to rub salt in the wounds, is going to use barbed tips to guarantee the defeat and does no damage to anyone else. We have defeated Tautai. That was awesome. That was cool. Scion fights are the best. One down. Something like 10 to go. Who are we facing next? Who are we facing next? Let's have a look at who we've got to face off against. We've got a Hydra. Zahak. Itzam Kabain. That's a giant crocodile. That looks sick. Kamazots, giant bat. Pluto himself. Div-E Sepide. Calliope. I think there's a errata for her and a Hydra. That was great. I really enjoyed that. So, I don't know how long we spent in total playing, but I would think it's probably about 6 to 8 hours. That doesn't feel too long to me. That feels quite reasonable for this type of game. Given that I spend 6 to 8 hours on Kingdom Death in the first few Lantern years, it doesn't seem too bad at all. So, yeah. There's a lot of people who are recommending Mercury's Boots modes, or when I say, well, not recommending to me, but just recommending in general, Mercury's Boots to speed up the game. I can see how that would be of value, but for me, for the moment, I think we're probably okay playing a few more campaigns at this speed, and then we may look at increasing with Mercury's Boots. But that was good. I do have a copy of Hoplomachus Remastered, and so what I'm going to do now is just add one of these units into the mix. These are other enemy units from Remastered that just add potentially a little bit of variability into the 6 basic units. And so I will do that now. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed. I'm going to obviously do another playthrough of this, I think, pretty much. I'm going to re-rack and start right now. So, really enjoyed it. The Parthian successfully defeats Tautai, the Scion. And we'll try someone else. Yeah, he was great. I like archery units, so we'll try a different one. We won't use Virago. She's an archery as well, so we'll try someone else. It won't be the other chick I used, Stygiana, so it'll maybe be one of these ones. Could always do Kraken Lance, I guess, is the starting one. It'll be one of these 3, 4. This says Zoc, by the way. It should say Sea Strider. But unfortunately, I got given 2 Zoc chips in my 2 games. So I've sent away to hopefully get a Sea Strider added, which would be cool. And Chip Theory's already replied, so it'll happen, which is great. That's it, friends. Fantastic to experience that for the first time with you all. I look forward to catching you on our next playthrough of Hoplomachus Victorum, which you'll probably see very soon. I just remembered before I disappear that there is actually an epilogue for every person and every Primus. So let's go read that, shall we? Tautai and the Parthian. The wallop caught the Parthian full in the chest. He landed hard down the rocky cliff face, looking up with a defiant glare as Tautai bore down on him. As the Scion approached its prey, its mouth begins to water. Saliva pooled below its tongue and began leaking down its jaws. The Parthian only waited, seemingly resigned to its fate, and then, when the beast was within a few arrow lengths, he grasped an arrow, mustered his energy, firing a single shot before collapsing again. The shot appeared at first to go wide before striking its intended target, not Tautai, but one of its giants who was lumbering close behind. The Parthian's aim was so true that the behemoth had not a chance to even cry out. It simply fell dead atop its former master. From his own crumpled heap, the Parthian smiled. Cool. Fun. All right, now I'm going. Big Deno out.